How's it going, everybody? I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today on Anime Reaction, we watched the 11th episode of Shokugeki no Souma ni no Sara. If you want to check out our reaction to the 11th episode of Shokugeki no Souma ni no Sara, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. And don't forget to like and share our videos.
And thanks for watching. So,
the stagiaire begins.
I am actually not hungry.
yeah, for once.
They didn't show a lot of food porn. However,
They weren't really like cooking for competition's sake, so
Yeah,
it's definitely more character development kind of arc.
So, contrary to my expectations, Souma got paired up with Hisako,
as I found out,
which is Erina's assistant. Yeah.
Miss Secretary.
Miss Secretary.
Miss Secretary.
Completely forgot that character existed.
And forget
My,
that
what
she
an impact
existed,
she's
but
made.
Yeah, she's not a very impactful character.
Yeah.
I actually quite like that they did that because it really helps to round out her little story arc that she had going on, where she's running away from
Running away from Marina after she lost.
I like this whole idea in general. I mean, from what I thought was going to happen. Oh, okay. We'll wait for the end of the discussion for when we're talking about that.
Okay. So for the recap, Souma and Hisako got put at this, Western restaurant, which is near a train station.
Bullet train station.
Yeah, near a Shinkansen station. So
Train station.
all the customers that they get are from the train station, I guess, when they're transferring trains or whatever. So all the customers, they'll all come in at the same time, and they expect their meals to be completely done within like 10 minutes.
10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, so it's like there's nothing, and then suddenly the restaurant's full, and then empty, and then full again.
It comes in waves with
Now,
the trains, basically.
The other thing about this restaurant is they have a very wide variety of menu options, and
They pride themselves.
yeah, they pride themselves on a very wide variety.
If you've seen Working, it looks to be a similar menu to Wagnaria.
Yeah.
Except maybe a
higher
little
class.
a little higher class. That's basically it.
Now,
Quite a bit higher class, I think. Because Wagnaria is just a...
A diner, more or less.
Well, yeah, it's just a family restaurant.
yeah. Now, where a variety menu is fantastic for a diner, an actual chill out diner.
Yeah, because all the food you can make really quick.
For something where you're expected to make food fast, not fast food, just food really quickly.
Short order.
Yeah, short order. Having a variety is a detriment.
Yes.
Like
That's more of a menu for a diner where you want to come in, sit down, and stay there for an hour.
yeah,
You know, you have no problem staying there for an hour.
But these guys are trying to run a sort of more up-class restaurant. But really, yeah, I mean, the schedule of their customers is definitely more like that of a diner. So,
well,
yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, the customers honestly should be going for like fast food or something.
Or to get something at the station.
Like, I don't know anybody in their right mind who would go, oh, I got 10 minutes, let me go into a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, honestly, I just get something at the station.
Yeah.
Because most big train stations in Japan are basically like big malls as well. You could easily find something.
Yeah.
So
just get yourself an Ekibin.
right.
Or, gyudon or udon or something.
But we come into this restaurant as a wave of customers are exiting, and the wave is very, very expressive on how poor the speed was.
Yeah.
They didn't get their food.
I didn't get my food. Cancel my order. You guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a pretty crap situation for that restaurant.
And it's up to our 2 students to pretty much fix that. It's like an episode of Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, actually.
It's up to our 2 students to make a visible mark, which
That's
is
the
a
objective,
very vague statement.
Yes, that is very, very vague.
Almost as vague.
That's kind of... You actually get that a lot.
That is kind of what goes on in this school. It's like, oh, you need to leave a visible mark. Oh, your dish needs to be a signature dish.
Oh, you have to conform to some vague and arbitrary concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of dumb, actually.
You actually get that a lot in anime, not just this one, even though this is a pretty big perpetrator of that.
Damn it.
It's kind of an overriding concept in anime.
Yeah.
It's kind of like YouTube's advertiser-friendly stuff.
Actually, it's a lot like YouTube.
It is a lot like
Almost
YouTube.
everything that they have is just so vague.
Right?
Vague,
And they do it
piss poor.
completely
explanations.
honestly. They do it completely on purpose so that they can
They can confuse you out of existence, basically.
well, not even that. They can adjust the rules as they like.
Yep.
Because different channels have to follow the rules differently.
But anyway, so Souma and
Asako, I think.
Hisako.
Hisako.
Thank you.
Soma and Hisako start off, and they just get to work. Soma's a fantastic cook and catches up with everything.
He's able to get the orders
he's
down
used
quickly.
to that quick diner thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Hisaka is fantastic on just about everything else, and probably helps out in the kitchen too. You know, they quickly catch up with everything that's going on.
They turn the restaurant around, basically.
And
Well,
within 2 days,
Well, within 2 days, there's less complaints and more orders actually going out. But Souma is like, Soma's basically like, yeah, this is good, but what happens when we leave?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, is an excellent point. What does happen when they leave?
Nothing
It
good.
goes right back to normal. So basically, Hisako decides to call a emergency meeting with all the staff.
After the sudden realization of this.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, shit moment.
you know, the like aw shit grunts that she makes are really, really funny.
Though they are pretty funny. It kind of reminds me a lot of Tim Allen in a bit. The way he grunts.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little too deep for her own good, you know?
They're really funny. But yeah, so they call an emergency meeting with the whole staff, and basically the head chef there he's of the opinion that they should just hire some part timers to fill in for Souma and Hisako when they leave. Yeah. Honestly, with their skills, you're probably going to have to hire quite a few people.
Yeah.
And hiring more people doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get the job done quicker.
Especially if you're in cramped situations.
Oversaturation, basically.
You gotta think of the size of your kitchen.
Well, even if you were only hiring them as serving staff or only hiring, somebody as a dishwasher, like, it's just the more people you add, the worse that the communication's going to get.
Yeah, because you got more people to
was
manage.
Pretty crap to begin with.
Yeah, you'll have more people to manage. Your situation's still going to be busy and hectic as hell.
Yeah.
If anything, it would just make it worse.
So they basically had 3 options. Hire more staff, which is very expensive.
Expensive and not the best for management.
Change the menu, which is...
Yeah, make the menu more simple, more streamlined, easier to cook.
Easier to get orders for supplies in, less expensive,
And also, when you see a rush coming, if you know that you only have like 4 or 5 menu items, you can just start pre-cooking them before people order.
Exactly. But the owner didn't want to get rid of the menu because all the recipes were handed down from his grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get Souma's recommendation, which is to make the restaurant reservation only. That will cut out a lot of the business that they get. Basically all the business from the train station, unless somebody like they know they're going to be passing through there, or they pass through there regularly.
Yeah.
And they just go ahead and make a reservation for that day, which I honestly would totally do.
If I were in their situation, I would. If it's a restaurant I really like and frequent.
Yeah.
And we've actually done that. Well, I've actually done that. I'm driving through Denver, and I got like an hour, so we had a reservation in one of the. I don't think it was Denver. It was on a trip though.
Like on the way.
Yeah.
Perhaps?
We stopped out in a big city, had a reservation, and yeah.
Yeah, I've done it a few times. Like, there's some restaurants that I really like in Kansas City, and when me and my parents went through a couple of times, we did this. We're actually going through Kansas City, like we weren't stopping there. We were going through and stopping somewhere in Missouri. But we'd make a reservation for when we expected to get there. And, I mean, it's not wholly uncommon, and then especially with the timeliness of the Japanese train system, you could easily make a reservation because you know exactly when you get there.
At the same time, you should be able to just time your order like in between trains, basically.
Mm-hmm. Also, with the reservation thing, I would probably accept people like for the train station thing. I would accept people calling ahead.
Yeah.
Basically, hey, this is what I want, and then so they get there, their meal's prepared for them already.
And if I was to actually like have this specific restaurant, I would have like half of it reserved and half of it not.
Huh.
That's just me, because I don't want to lose those non-reservation customers.
Oddly enough, a restaurant I frequent whenever I have the chance in San Francisco on Fisherman's Wharf operates pretty much the same way. There's a sort of open seating section on the bottom floor, and on its top floor is more a little fancier. Best to make reservations for it. But yeah,
unless you're going during an off time. I've never made reservations for there, and I've always sat upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we go like dinner rush and all that,
yeah,
but it's a concept that's totally valid and works.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways that they can work it. I could see the reservation system working for them just because it is a smaller restaurant. So it's not like they're going to lose a shitload of business because they can't pack that many people in there.
And the food's good enough to justify being a little more exclusive.
It's a higher class restaurant.
Yeah, I mean,
so
and
they do have a lot of local regulars too.
I gotta say,
go ahead.
Sorry. It's kind of an aside here. Some really good ideas about running restaurants. We should run one someday.
I'm good.
But on what you said, in fact, the very first reservation was a previous owner,
previous customer,
a previous customer who hasn't been able to stop by in a very long time
because it was always packed.
And as soon as it went reservation only, he's like, I gotta get in on this. So that was,
and even when Souma and Hisako were leaving, it showed the restaurant being decently full anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not like they were even leaving during a rush time either. So honestly, that's probably the best move for that restaurant. Now, we also see another group, which I thought was absolutely hilarious
and so adorable.
Perfect. Hilarious, adorable, and so perfect. We had Erina
And
Megumi. Oh my god. At a French restaurant that's run by this big fucking gorilla.
That's a good way to describe him. Like a younger, angrier version of Erina's granddad.
Yeah, kind of. But so they get in there and Erina instantly just like redesigns the entire fucking menu.
Totally, stands up, turns left, and whaps the chef with the dick of authority.
Unfortunately, Megumi is stuck on dishwasher duty.
Because, shy 10
Well, I mean,
Probably.
it worked against her initially because Erina came in and just took charge. I'm sure that guy put Megumi on dishwashing duty just to be an ass.
Or Erina put her on dishwasher duty just to...
Or she just found her way
just
there.
to get her out of the way.
Yeah.
I kind of lean more towards that guy just being an ass.
Yeah.
Because he was upset.
But, Erina ends up, remaking the entire menu, but Tadakoro, Megumi can't do anything very impactful from the dishwasher spot.
Yeah, I imagine that this happens fairly often with the Totsuki students.
I think it just happens.
It would be really, really dickish if somebody gets expelled because they're literally not allowed to go into the kitchen. Like, they're literally stuck in the dish pit the entire time that they're, doing their on-the-job training.
However, Tadakoro goes above and beyond Erina's expectations and finds that the dishes that she's been getting are very full of...
Yeah, from a particular dish, fish salad, I think it translated it to.
Mm-hmm.
But the sauce was... There was way too much at some points.
Yeah, there's a variety of amounts of sauce left. So some people would leave like tons of sauce on the plate, and then some people would actually leave some of the food because they don't have enough sauce to eat it with, basically.
And the most hilarious exchange ever. Tadakoro goes up to the big gorilla dude and was like, about your fish salad. You too? I'm sorry, never mind. Erina was like, no, let's hear this.
Yeah, no.
Describes about the sauce, and between her and Erina decide that a sauce pan
or a gravy boat.
Yeah, a gravy boat would be a welcome set to the dinner. And the gorilla guy was at first, no, not gonna happen. Perfectly timed. Employee A.
Yeah, employee
runs
A.
around the corner. There's a customer asking for more sauce.
You could almost hear his veins pop.
You could almost hear him have a heart.
You could feel the veins pop.
Right.
You could almost see the aneurysm there. It was pretty bad.
Did you hear that? I felt that. Anyway, that was pretty good. Then we get a little bit of a closing with Souma and Hisako. Basically, he's telling her not to be so hard on herself for losing.
Really putting up a nice bow on Hisako's
her little
running away
Yeah.
little storyline there.
And then he forces them. I think it's a shoujo manga or shoujo novels or whatever that he had promised to let Erina use.
But
And so
never found the time.
Never found the time, and so he forces them on Hisako so that she has to deliver them to Erina. Way to go, Souma. Way to go.
Fix anything from tractors to relationships.
And then
Yeah, we also get a closing with Tadakoro and Erina.
Which I gotta say,
Where they're riding in Erina's limo.
no, yeah. I want that limo. She's sitting in a limo.
Classy as fuck.
Classy as fuck. Oh my god. But just Tadakoro mentioning Souma and Erina getting comically pissed. Oh.
And then Megumin mentioning Hisaki.
Oh, you're always with her, huh?
No! But we also got a
landmines everywhere.
She keeps jumping on them.
And then we also
So cute.
No. So you know the scene in Battle After Its Victory, where the first episode, landmine. You haven't seen it? Well, I'll share that scene though.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
But and then we got a slight bit of character development for Souma, where he realizes that he himself has always been chasing after his father, you know, trying to catch up to him when what he needs to be doing is figuring out a way to surpass him.
Well, not necessarily
stand
surpass
beside
him,
him as an equal.
but yeah, Soma really needs to become his own chef.
Basically. To this point, he's been just walking in the footsteps of his dad and trying to catch up to him, but
That's probably why his dad sent him to Totsuki to begin with.
Probably.
Otherwise, he would have
Because
just
his dad's a
succeeded.
scheming bastard.
Magnificent bastard.
Anyway, so next week it looks like we're going to get a new location for everybody, and it looks like new partners for everybody.
which
I can
is
only
what I
hope.
wanted. Which is what I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the discussion.
Oh.
This is fantastic because when I first heard of this concept in the show, I was like, how does like a residential internship end up working? Like, to my experience, those are more like you work there for months on end.
Yeah, that's true too. See it in actually quite a well, I wouldn't say quite a few. Basically, any anime where students do like an internship, it seems to always be for like a few days in anime. But from what I know, should be at least a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say if you're like, say, fresh out of college and you're starting an internship, it's usually a very long period of several months to a year or more in some cases.
Without going into too many details, I did security at a company for a while here in Silicon Valley, and they had interns for the summer. They were college students, basically, between winter semester and fall semester.
Okay.
So in that summer semester time, they would go do an internship at a company.
And most of the time for the entire summer.
Oh yeah.
So
like
for
for
a
them,
season.
I know for a fact how long they were there because being the head of security at the time, I had to activate and deactivate their badges and all that. But they were there for a little over 3 months. So
And that's why I'm thoroughly enjoying the concept now much more than what I was thinking of, when I first heard of it.
So you thought it was going to be like a long one, and then it would have to be like a really long story arc that goes between two.
well, yeah, that's
seasons.
kind of what I thought.
Yeah,
That's what I was starting to think. Yeah, but I definitely enjoy this episodic approach.
it really has this
Yeah.
Chef Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah.
It really has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Well, I like this episodic kind of thing going on right now a little bit better than the previous story arc, because while the previous story arc was super intense and awesome,
And
you didn't
kind of-
really get a lot of characters in it. So this show has a lot of characters.
It has a really big cast.
It
But
has
yeah,
a really big cast, but you never get to see like hardly any of them.
and actually, how important was the autumn elections to the overall story? I mean, it establishes the hierarchy a little bit, but yeah,
Like,
this one you actually establish relationships between characters, and it allows the viewer to get a little, shall we say, like a more. Dang it. They get to see the Totsuki students when they're not like on guard or having to put up their front like they do at school.
And
It's more natural.
like with Hisaka, is that right?
Hisako.
Hisako. Like with her and this restaurant, she's done the book smarts.
Oh well,
yeah.
She's really, really good at the at the books. She's really, really good at the management side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Souma's like,
But she's much weaker at the actual customer service and cooking and all that.
it was so hilarious because like in this episode, Souma was like, and you haven't been in a situation where the waves just keep coming and coming, and basically,
And that's
she hasn't worked in a restaurant.
yeah, she's worked in similar situations just as like stress tests, with the.
the training camp.
Yeah, with a Hell Week, but nothing on this scale.
No.
That real world. Well, the practical experiences they called it in the episode. But
that's going to be that might be a lot of students. Like Rio is not one of them.
Erin is not one of them.
Erin is not one of them, but Erin is a special case just because she's prodigy, Superman.
OP
basically.
kind of antagonist, I guess. Yeah.
But like, I'm sure that some of the other higher ups, like Akira, aren't going to be like that. But some of the mid tier ones that we've kind of been sprinkled around for the past
maybe like
2 seasons,
like most of the Polar Star Dorm.
Yeah, most of the Polar Star Dorm, and just some outliers.
Yeah.
Probably don't have that much experience and will have similar problems.
Yeah, I just to kind of finish off, I think I do like this more episodic story right now because we can shuffle through the characters.
Not only can we shuffle through characters, and I'm hoping we get more pairings of characters come the next couple episodes, but it definitely it's easier to put the brakes on the story and get ready for the season finale.
Yeah.
So we don't have a story arc that leaks over to the next season.
Yeah. But let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo. See you next time.